Arsène Lupin, Gentleman Burglar, Episode 1, The Arrest of Arsène Lupin. Welcome, Apprentice Detective. You've just been assigned to your first case, and it's extraordinary. Somewhere aboard the luxury liner La Provence, crossing from Le Havre to New York in April 1905, hides the most audacious thief in Europe, Arsène Lupin himself. Just hours before departure, the captain received an anonymous telegram. Arsène Lupin, aboard your vessel, traveling first class, intends to commit robbery during voyage. Your mission: help me identify this master criminal among 300 wealthy passengers before we reach America. Are you ready? Picture the scene. Elegant passengers parade across polished decks in their finest attire, wealthy industrialists, aristocratic families, society ladies dripping with jewels. Any one of them could be our gentleman thief. How would you begin narrowing down the suspects? What signs would reveal a criminal who's perfected the art of blending into high society? Let me introduce our prime suspects. First, Monsieur Rozaine, a nervous Parisian who constantly fidgets with his diamond cufflinks and keeps a notebook documenting everyone's jewelry. He claims to be a wine merchant, but those darting eyes suggest he's cataloguing targets. Suspicious behavior, wouldn't you say? Then there's Major Rawson, a decorated British officer returning from India with valuable artifacts. Notice how his eyes constantly scan the room, calculating distances and exits. How he carries himself like someone always planning 3 moves ahead. Could a military background be the perfect cover for a mastermind? Finally, the Marquis de Raverdan, French nobility who hardly speaks to anyone. He emerges only for meals, where he displays encyclopedic knowledge of art, history, and rather suspiciously, security systems. A gentleman thief would need to understand his targets intimately, wouldn't he? On day 2, everything changes. A beautiful American heiress named Miss Nelly Underdown approaches me in distress. I've lost my pearl necklace. It was in my locked cabin this morning, and now it's vanished. Within hours, more passengers report missing items, watches, brooches, even documents from locked safes. Lupin has struck. But here's what should trouble you. How did he access multiple locked cabins without leaving any traces? What method allows a thief to move invisibly when everyone now watches everyone else with mounting suspicion? I investigate each suspect closely. Playing cards with Rozaine in the smoking room, I notice his hands shake when I mention the thefts. His face turns pale, sweat beads on his forehead. Tell me, monsieur, I ask casually, what brings you to America? His answer comes too quickly. Business matters, purely routine. Guilty behavior, or simply a nervous passenger. Major Rawson shows me his artifacts in the library. This ancient Persian device, he explains with suspicious expertise, works like this. You insert it here, apply gentle pressure, and even complex locks release. Think about this. Detective, why would a military officer possess such detailed lock-picking knowledge? It's a brilliant double bluff, appearing suspicious to deflect real suspicion. Wouldn't you agree? The Marquis proves most intriguing. On the promenade deck at sunset, he muses, the problem with most thieves is their lack of imagination. They see a locked door as an obstacle, when actually it's an invitation to demonstrate ingenuity. His smile carries mockery. Is he toying with me? Then comes the breakthrough. On night 4, screams erupt from above. Miss Nelly stands hysterical, pointing at a shadowy figure disappearing near the lifeboats. That's him. I saw him leaving my father's cabin. It's Arsène Lupin. The ship mobilizes immediately. Passengers form search parties, crew guards every exit. The captain orders all cabins searched. The thief is cornered. There's nowhere to hide on a ship in the Atlantic. But consider this. Would the legendary Lupin be so careless as to be seen fleeing? Doesn't that seem out of character? The searches yield dramatic results. In Rozaine's cabin, we discover multiple fake passports, disguise materials, and dossiers on wealthy passengers across Europe. He breaks down completely. I'm just a petty con artist who targets ocean liners. I could never pull off Lupin's sophisticated crimes. I don't have his genius. His genuine terror suggests he's telling the truth. Caught, but not our gentleman burglar. Major Rawson's artifacts reveal he's been smuggling antiquities from India, using his military position to avoid customs. It's illegal and dishonorable, but I'm no Arsène Lupin. Just a greedy officer supplementing my pension. Another criminal caught, but still not our mastermind. The Marquis simply laughs when confronted. Gentlemen, I appreciate the entertainment, but you're wasting time. Check my credentials with the French consulate if you doubt me. Every detail proves authentic. He's exactly who he claims to be, just an eccentric aristocrat. So here we are, my dear apprentice, with 3 suspects eliminated, approaching New York Harbor. We've caught 2 criminals, but neither is Lupin. The stolen items remain missing. Where could he be hiding? On our final evening, Miss Nelly requests a private meeting on the observation deck. She seems troubled, conflicted. I have a confession, she begins softly. The telegram warning about Lupin. I sent it, and I took those items with the owner's permission as part of a plan. Think about this revelation. While everyone searched for a male thief, what was really happening? She continues, her voice now carrying steel. My father is transporting miniature Rembrandt sketches worth £500,000. We knew Lupin would be aboard, tracking this collection. We created this diversion to keep him occupied while we hid the real treasures. But here's what we didn't anticipate. She says, with an admiring smile. Lupin was indeed aboard. He stole the Rembrandts the first night, replacing them with perfect forgeries. The jewelry chaos. That was his creation. He knew we'd create a diversion, so he created a diversion for our diversion. My mind reels. Then where is he now? Her smile becomes affectionate. He's been standing beside you this entire voyage. She removes her wig, revealing short, dark hair, her posture shifting from feminine grace to masculine confidence. I am Arsène Lupin, and you've just experienced the perfect crime. Before I can react, Lupin hands me an envelope. Inside is where I've hidden the Rembrandts. You'll recover them before docking. Consider it my gift. I've already made copies to sell, so the originals are unnecessary. But why reveal yourself? I stammer. You've won. Lupin's smile carries warmth. What's the point of the perfect crime if no one knows you've done it? Besides, you showed real potential. Consider this your education in how Arsène Lupin thinks. The great lesson: people see what they expect to see. Everyone looked for a suspicious male thief, while the innocent female victim moved freely throughout the ship, accessing every cabin with sympathy as her skeleton key. As the ship's horn announces New York Harbor, Lupin tips an imaginary hat. Tell the authorities Arsène Lupin was aboard the La Provence and escaped through masterful disguise. It will enhance my reputation. Oh, and continue investigating criminals. You have genuine talent. Perhaps we'll meet again under more sporting circumstances. Before I can shout, Lupin flips over the railing onto a waiting tugboat, where an elderly gentleman, the real Bernard D'Andrisi, laughs at their successful scheme. The boat speeds toward the docks, leaving me with an envelope and spinning questions. The Rembrandts are recovered exactly where Lupin indicated, hidden behind a religious painting in the ship's chapel. American police arrest Rozaine and Rawson, both wanted for various crimes. But Arsène Lupin vanishes into New York's crowds, leaving only the legend of his audacious escape. So, tell me, apprentice, at what point did you suspect Miss Nelly? What clues did we miss? This case reveals everything about our gentleman burglar. He's always 3 steps ahead, respects worthy opponents enough to educate them, and follows a code of honor that makes him steal from criminals while protecting the innocent. He's not just a thief, he's an artist whose canvas is crime itself. Join me next time for Lupin vs. the False Lawyer, where we'll discover that even behind prison bars, Arsène Lupin continues his audacious thefts, proving no walls can hold a man whose greatest weapon is his brilliant mind.